Hello and welcome to another video. Today's video is about the new halo removal Photoshop panel that I've created. This was actually a request by somebody because they wanted to be able to access the tools very quickly when it comes to removing halos. So for those that are not familiar with halos, what they actually are is usually a white line, although it can be a dark line, that runs along the edge of the image, and we usually get these when we're, to be honest, a little bit heavy-handed in applying contrast. And we can see in this image where I darken the sky down from more or less pure white in the image. It was a very, very bright day, and by creating this contrast, it's introduced this white line that runs down the edge of the roof, and we can see that if we zoom in, and these can be quite distracting when we're looking at a photograph. We also see them in landscape images where we've got hills and mountains in the distance, and then people try to create mood in the sky, but what they're actually doing is introducing contrast and then producing this halo. We've all done them, we've all seen them, and there is an easy way to actually remove them. And the way that we do that is by using the healing brush. But it requires different combinations of the blend mode depending on what type of halo we have. So this is where this Photoshop panel helps us out, because it eliminates that step where we have to remember which blend mode to change. So this is the panel. We can see it in the top right hand corner. I've docked it to Photoshop. I'll undock it so you can see it. It consists of two buttons, one labelled light halo and one labelled dark halo. And as the name suggests, we choose the relative button depending on whether we want to remove a light halo or a dark halo. Beneath the buttons we've got two sliders for easy access. We can change the brush size and we can change the brush hardness. So I'm just going to redock that back up into Photoshop. And in this particular image, I've introduced a light halo, and we can see that as it runs down the side of this building. So I'm going to choose the light halo option. For the brush hardness, this is going to give us a hardness value, whether we want a very soft brush or whether we want that hard edge brush. I like to start with the soft edge, so I go down to 0%. I choose a brush size which is relative to what I want. The nice thing about this effect is that we don't have to be super accurate, as we'll see. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer, because I want this layer to be on its own, which I'm going to call halo removal, just in case that I mess it up and then I can throw it away. So now we've got the halo removal layer added, got the brush size. All that I need to do, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to take the brush, and holding down the Alt or Option key, I'm going to take a sample of the colour or tone which I need to replace this white halo with. So in this case, I'm going to select the sky, taking the brush, and I'm going to place the brush so it overlaps the dark area of the building in this case by about 20%, and I'm simply just going to brush away that halo, and then we have that effect. I'm going to remove a larger part of the halo in one go, and I can do that by take a sample of the area that I want to replace the halo with. I'm going to click again, about between 10 and 15, maybe 20% of the brush overlapping. Press once. This time I'm going to hold the Shift key down, and I'm going to select the end point of where the halo lies, and then click. Then we can remove one section in one go. These small white dots I think are actually lights in this particular area that don't sort of give me anything or any added value to this image. So I'm going to take a sample point, I'm going to click once, and I'm going to come all the way down to here and then remove that section. Then I just keep doing this all the way down the image. So I've got a nice line to work with. If we don't have that line, we can do it by simply sampling and then just brushing away with a brush. Again, just overlapping until we get that nice clean effect. So let me just turn this layer on and off so you can see what we've actually achieved. So that's really how simple this panel is. We choose the colour of the halo that we want to remove, appropriate brush size and the brush hardness. And by selecting the dark or the light, it's automatically choosing the correct blend mode for that particular brush. So that's just a very quick overview on this very lightweight halo removal Photoshop plugin. If it's something that you may find beneficial to your own workflow, I will leave a link to where you can obtain it from in the description of the video. So as always, thank you for watching and bye for now.